So factors affecting supply elasticity are time. If it's a long time to the increase in supply, it's elastic. If it's a short time, it's inelastic. Ease of storage. If it's easy to store, it's elastic. If it's difficult, it's inelastic. Um, if it's there's cost factors. So if you're able to increase permanent supply quickly, it's elastic, and if you're not, then it's inelastic. The marginal consumption choices are utility theory. So marginal utility is the theory of consumer utility choice or utility theory. Marginal utility is measured in utils. So MU, so marginal utility, over price of product A is equal to MU over price of product B. Result is a consumer equilibrium. And there's applications. Government interventions in markets. How many people on? Eight more pages. I've gone through. Government intervention market. Government actions if the government thinks they're paying too. If the government thinks that people are paying too high a price for an item, it'll introduce a ceiling price as a solution, but it'll be like below the equilibrium. If they think the sellers are too low, floor, which will be above. And if the government intervenes in a market for social and environmental reasons, it'll introduce a subsidy or a quota as a solution. Price floor and ceiling. Price floor keeps it from falling, yeah. Okay, so price ceiling goes below. So price ceiling, it occurs in the supply curve. People can only buy what's available, and the quantity demanded is unattainable. So that means there's a price down and a quantity down, which gives a shortage. Shifting supply left to meet quantity demanded, which would amend the shortage. Needs reduced production costs, more sellers, price of related output, environment, technology. NIMBY is not in my backyard. It's people's desire for land grab. Shifting demand right to meet quantity supplied would amend the shortage. Population, tastes and preferences, and income levels. Subsidies, political interference. Producers were discontent with shortage because the price is down and quantity is down. Consumers are neutral with amendment and shortage because the price is down and quantity is down. Elasticity affects producers with consumers and consumer satisfaction. Poor prices may cause surpluses. Subsidy is a grant offered to a market. A quota is a restriction on a product that individual producers are allowed to make. Rent control, minimum wages are used to establish prices. So, production firms and the market. How to produce. The function of the economy is to provide goods and services. Government and commercial enterprises. Government commercial enterprises contribute to real GDP. Firms provide goods and services. Yeah. Firm is a body of specialized individuals. Their goal is to make profit, and their role is to provide goods and services. How do firms think? Firms are division of profit, division of labor, normal profit accounting. Normal profit is the expectancies of a firm, a given value, a quotient of profit and investments. Accounting profit is profit in excess of revenues over costs. Economic profit is the difference between the highest profit and another profit value. So the highest profit. Where was I? Economic profits is the difference between original accounting profit and new accounting profit. So it's the difference between highest profit and another profit value. Revenue is the product of the selling price and amount sold. Firms like to maximize profit. Obviously, profit benefits for producers. So it's a reward of risk. Most cost-effective method for expansion reinvestment. Evaluate how well a firm is doing against competitors. Producers have a focus on product lines. Shift resources. High profits let privately owned companies pay dividends. Theory of firms is the relationship between profits, revenue, and costs. Total revenue. So total profit is price times quantity sold, and then you minus total costs. And you could do the because you have to add in the total and variable costs. So total profit could also be shown as price times quantity sold minus, and then price times quantity sold in brackets, and then minus, and then this is in big brackets, fixed plus quantity, and then small brackets variable costs. So short run, long run, marginal revenue, marginal cost. Determine the exact production level that will result in the most profit. Marginal cost is the additional cost of producing one more unit that equals, when that equals marginal revenue. Additional revenue received from units of sale. Profits are maximized at the production level. Marginal revenue equals marginal cost. Marginal cost is incorrect. The difference between variable cost you have to spend. Marginal cost is incorrect. It is the difference between variable costs, like what you have to spend to make one more. Yeah. So when you spend a penny and then you make a penny, that's like when you should stop that. Marginal cost is constant, yeah. Point of intersection between supply and demand is highest profit. Like the supply curve is marginal cost and the demand curve is average revenue. Profit appears before the point of intersection between total revenue and total cost. If marginal cost is decreasing, total cost would be increasing and decreasing, right? In a monopoly, profits are maximized when marginal revenue is close but below marginal cost. In a monopoly market, they don't have competition. They produce less quantity to sell at a higher price. So there's no downward pressure on the prices in a monopoly market. So when marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost, it creates an automatic shortage. In a perfectly competitive market, a surplus is amended by an increasing quantity, lowering prices. Companies get together to act monopoly. Discuss some more. Making production choices. Firms focus their efforts on controlling cost of production to generate more revenue. Productivity, maximizing the outputs from the resources used. Factors that influence productivity are skills, education, and experience of the workforce. Cost per unit, labor cost. Choosing production methods, you should have a goal of keeping production costs to a minimum. It's obvious. Capital intensive, yeah. Economies of scale, so to the greater efficiency that some firms can achieve when they produce very large amounts. So, I'll leave that for the next video. I don't want to record time.